Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is fine. Well, in our last sessions, what did we discuss? We have learned so far all about the simple present, right? How to frame question in positive, how to frame answer in positive, okay? How to ask question, how to answer them in positive and negative, and also what is the short form of it, what is the full sentence of it we learnt, and also we practiced the activity, right? And we have written there our daily activities, how to tell others about our daily activities. That was full in present simple, and also based on that which we have written on the board in the last video, I asked you to frame questions by using those answers. So I think many of you have done. Now we have completely understood what is the present simple, when do we use it, and what is the usage of it. Everything we understood, right? Question, answer in positive, or answer in negative, answer in short form, answer in full form. We learned these all things. Now we are going to move to the simple past. Before we get into the simple past, what we have to learn is we have to understand types of verbs. What we have to understand is types of verbs. So what are the types of verbs? There are many types of verbs, but let us first know about these two types. What are they? One is regular verb and the second one is irregular verb. Okay, as I have told you, there are many types of verbs. Before we get into the simple past, we are gonna get to know about these two types of verbs. So regular and irregular. So usually what do you mean by regular verbs? So regular verbs, in the sense, see, regular verbs are those which end with D or ED. So how do the regular verbs end? We call whatever the verb that ends with D or ED, okay, they are called regular verbs. The verbs which end with D or else ED are called regular verbs, right? So when we change them into the past tense, if they end with D or ED, we consider them as regular verbs. So examples, let us see. You will get an idea what is regular verb. Look at this. Let us take example as wash. So this is the infinitive form of the verb, and what this is the simple past, present participle, past participle and present participle. So you have to remember the names of the verbs, okay, not like the short forms V1, V2, V3, V4. So you may get confused. Sometimes we may write them in different order. After the infinitive form, we may write simple past. After, we may write sometimes present participle here, past participle after present participle. So in such cases you may get confused if you follow that format like V1, V2, V3, V4. So better you remember this. These are the original names of these verbs which are well known to you. They are infinitive form of the verb, is the base form, first form of the verb. Second one is the simple first form of the verb, and the third one is past participle, and the fourth one is present participle. Okay, now let us take some verbs as example, and let us see how they end with. What word do they end with? Okay, what letter do they end with, either with D or ED? Let us see now. Examples I have written here. Let us take wash as an example. So what infinitive form of the verb is wash. When we convert that into the simple past, that became washed. Okay, if you observe here, it ends with ED when we convert that into the simple past, as well as when you convert that into the past participle, even it ends with ED. So what is the definition? Regular verbs are those which end with D or ED. So this is one of the examples, and the second one even clean. The infinitive form of the verb is clean when we convert that verb into the simple past, so it became cleaned. Again, the verb ended with ed. Even the past participle is cleaned, even that ended with ed, right? So washing, cleaning, present participle cannot be changed. Okay, even when you talk about regular or irregular verb, whatever the types of verb it is, the present participle always end with ing. Okay, do remember that. Next, let us look at the third example. Open. The infinitive form of the verb is opened, the simple past is opened. Again here it ended with ed, and here even ended with ed. So open, opened, and opening. The next one, celebrate. Celebrate, celebrated, celebrated, celebrating. Right, even they end with d or ed. Next, ask. Ask, asked, asked. Okay, even it ends with ed. Okay, these are some of the examples of the regular verbs which end with d or ed. And still we have one more type, is called irregular verb. So now let us get to know what is irregular verb. So irregular verb, let us go through the definition once. Irregular verbs are those which do not end with either d or ed, and they change their spelling and as well as the pronunciation when we convert them into the past form of the verb. Have you understood? Let me repeat it once again. Irregular verbs are those which do not end with d or ed. They change their spelling as well as the pronunciation when you change them into the past form of the verb. I hope everyone has understood the definition. So let's take some examples of these irregular verbs. What are the examples? Infinitive, simple past, past participle, and present participle. Okay, let us take first verb, sleep. The infinitive form is sleep. So when you convert that sleep into the simple past, it became slept. Right. So sleep's pronunciation is different, slept pronunciation is different, right? As well as sleep's spelling is sleep, slept spelling is slept, right? So as per the definition, it changes the spelling as well as the pronunciation when you convert that into the simple past. And let us look at the second example. Go is the infinitive form of the verb. When you convert go into the simple past, it became went. Okay, there is no connection even relating with go verb, right? So we feel in that way because there is go and here is went. Here is clean, cleaned. At least something related here, pronunciation. But here go, went. So we feel like go is one verb and went is another verb. It is nothing. So went is the past, simple past form of go, right? See, go spelling is go, went spelling is went. When you convert go into the simple past, it changed its spelling as well as the pronunciation. And when you talk about the past participle, again there is a change. So it became gone. Again there is a spelling, there is a different spelling as well as a different pronunciation. And still we have some more examples, like let us take drink as a verb. So drink, so when you convert this into the simple past, it became drank. Next, when you convert that into the past participle, it became drunk. See, drink spelling is drink. When you convert this into the simple past, it became drank, drank. See, the pronunciation is different. So let's move to the past participle. It is again drunk, drunk. Again the pronunciation is different. as well as the spelling is different. So let us take some more examples like sing, sang, sun, singing. Even here is the same happened, right? Next, let us take some more example. Take, took, taken, write, wrote, written, right? Draw, drew, drawn, fly, flew, flown. Okay, come, came, come. So these are the some of the examples of irregular verbs. Okay, I hope everyone has understood. Let us revise once again the definitions and examples as well. So irregular verbs are those which end with ed or d. Examples are clean, cleaned, cleaned and cleaning. Next, irregular verbs. Irregular verbs are those which do not end with d or ed, but they change their spelling as well as the pronunciation when you convert them into the simple past. Some of the examples: sleep, slept, slept, sleeping, go, went, gone, going. Okay, these are the examples. Okay, these types of the these two types of the verbs are picked most commonly when we talk about the simple past tense. Okay, in the simple past tense we use the simple past form of the verb, right? So then you should not get confused. For an example, you slept, some people may use. Okay, if you are aware of this regular and irregular verb, you may obviously get to know, okay, the simple past form of sleep is irregular verb, so it doesn't end with d or ed. So in that way you may not commit mistake. Okay, if you know the regular and irregular. Okay, so before we get into the simple past tense, let us learn this. And your homework is for today is you have to write some of the examples for regular verbs and some of the examples for irregular verbs. So at least write 50 for regulars, next 50 for irregular. Okay, you need not to search somewhere else to write these examples. So once you imagine what you do right from the morning till evening, the entire day what you all do. So take only those verbs and write under regular verbs which end with d or ed, and the verbs which do not end with d or ed and they change the spelling and the pronunciation, write them under irregular verbs. Okay, this is the homework. So first copy this in your note so that you will get an idea, or later you complete your homework. So let us see you in our upcoming video. There we will discuss about the simple past. Please copy this first.